What's happening, guys? What's happening, guys? Just camping out. Pretty tired, but so yeah, got a couple things to talk about. Don't worry, people who do know me, I don't judge, so don't worry about your name being called out because it's not gonna happen. I'll gratify people, if anything, which my boy Big Bill, who just recently got married, congrats to you, July 25th. He gave me that. That's long story short. I try to just tie things up quick as I go, but I told myself I was gonna be more awake for this little segment of just spiritual upliftment, but for whoever needs it. I don't know the exact population count right now. I mean, we all need just good vibes, you know? Just good positive vibes, and it really makes the difference, you know? Like, when you see someone is, like, going through it, just know, like, any form of judgment, whether it's, like, past tense, present, or future-based, or just, you know, slight judgment, like, opinionated judgment, or even if it's factual, you know, it triggers certain people, you know, who face that a lot and don't use it. But, anyway, I've just got so comfortable, and I'm, like, just trying to, like, be personable instead of musical, like usual, but, you know, that's what I pride in, so I cannot help it. But, yeah, man, there's a bunch of stuff on my mind. I just gotta, you know, break it down and take the time. Because, you know, there's no race in this scenario. You know, our day-to-day lives get really, really spread thin. Well, I'm sure most of us know what's good in that department. Like, we just have to understand, you know, that we're all fighting the fight, you know. Everybody deserves respect until proven that, you know, they choose not to return it back. That's just when you know that your presence must carry on away with the wind. But so yeah, I'm gonna get to a couple of important things, but I don't know, I'm just gonna go on the fly, you know what I mean? That's kind of how I do it. I mean, speaking of going on the fly, when I was the best man at my boy's wedding, of course I had, you know, the not so anticipated speech, which of course the wind started gusting like crazy and all eyes were on me, which his mom, the ordained minister, kind of rushed me back as I was getting my food last from the stand, and I kind of came back all lopsided and off balance, and of course the wind was enough to say, all right, I'm gonna put this speech in my pocket for the time being. So when I got back, I pulled the notes out, and one flew down, and someone even seen it. I ain't mentioning names, so someone's seen it and just kind of stayed still. I mean, I get it. It seemed like by the time, you know, for how long I've been alive, like, whoa, I just froze. But, I mean, 3 decades, it's enough to say, I'll go out my way and, you know, help someone if I see they're fighting it, and a lot of people have been noticing, like, I was digging in my change cup one day. Just very, kind, respectful people that just cross paths with me. They just try to brighten up my not so. They try to, fuck. They try to lift me up in spirit because they could see my shine is dulled for the time being, and it's all material based stuff. I'm gonna kind of like touch base on the lines of just God's ways, but I'm not gonna bring up like Bible verses, but just follow the message that he practiced, and spread the best he can to those stubborn people. There's always gonna be stubborn people as long as we're in existence. You know what I mean? So what I'm gonna do is pull up just this little script. I mean, it's nothing crazy, but I mean, this is the base, I could go into detail, or I could just fall asleep pretty soon because, as you can tell, I'm tired as hell, but this is it right here. This is the secret to success and, society. Just communication and, our anatomy is we have to really understand together instead of, teach or educate people on this and that, because, they might have practiced that their whole lives, like stuff that, like, let's say one or both of their parents didn't practice, didn't value, just didn't themselves be introduced, day to day. But we all know the prayer and stuff. Not all of us. This is a gray area, you know what I mean? But all you have to do is just know that words are words, and that really, like, God's beliefs and messages are nothing but positive vibes, I mean, we shouldn't judge in life, Judgment just leads to hurt, Like, there's just so much wrong with judgment, and it turns into, a toxicness that needs to leave you, or you need to leave them, because most of the times, if they're the one spreading the toxin on the regular, it's your duty to then get out there for the sake of your well-being. But I a lot of times I thought, hey, I could close my fist right now and really wreak havoc, but what's that doing for me? It's just potentially stripping my freedom for a long, long time, Now, I mean, granted, like, the benefit of being alone. Well, first off, I love my freedom. Like, I can't live without my freedom. But second of all, like, the reason your average stranger walking by could, guess or assume this is my spiritual sanction. Like, this is my man cave, if you will. It's because really, like, this is it. I mean, I moved out of my apartment a couple months ago. You know, it felt kind of good, you know, to get out of there, because I've been there for 4.5 years, and it's just like, it's just like a small enclosed little area, and my poor roommate bared with that nonsense for 4.5 years, so, or no, 3.5. I was there alone for a year only, so. But I mean, like, I'm adapted to my solitude. I mean, it really is just everything, you know, and the main thing is I face no judgment, so that's the beauty of it. You know, the downside is, in some people's eyes, I mean, who aren't too big on the other side, they'll say, you know, in reply to me, they'll say, you say you're talking to spirits, but we don't hear it. And then again, it doesn't bother me, because if they don't understand, it's because they never can, or they haven't yet, you know. And there's nothing wrong with that until you start telling them who they are, who they aren't, or what's wrong with them, what they should be doing, you know, or like what they need to be doing. Because that's free will. You know, it's like trying to say, don't speak. You know, now if we're in church or something, or, you know, at a ball game or something, well, we can't even go to a ball game if we wanted to right now, but I'm bored. I'm cardboard. That was an inside joke, inside the park joke. But, yeah, man. MGK is a machine, you know, literally. I mean, he's just talking about all the good stuff, all the bad stuff, should I say. But it sounds so good. It's not that it even sounds good, it just, it gets understood simultaneously, just seamlessly, like, at least by me, because, you know, the tactics of manipulation, and just scheme against true love, and it's really it's an ongoing pattern thing that just is unhealthy, you know, for our spiritual sake inside, deep inside our inner spirit. We need to be complete, you know. If there's a problem, it needs to be resolved, but only if it's a serious problem, like the little stuff. That's all just, you know, nonsense, you know. You could have that voice go off in your head saying, that pencil don't belong right there, but at the same time, I mean, who's grading you and why? Are you at work? Are you punched in on the clock? No. You ain't chipping away at the old grindstone, well then don't sweat it. And really, I just, you know, throughout the years, it took me not till just a few years ago, You know, if I didn't get, let's say, a piece of cheese on my rodeo burger, that I specifically said rodeo burger with cheese, you know, instead of just driving away and saying it's going to be a hassle to get that piece of cheese put on there, I do it. If I really, you know, if that's what my heart desires, because otherwise with that kind of like mindset, these things will happen to you just naturally. Like, for example, if I'm delivering a pizza, which I sadly can't do at the moment because my car decided to have an electrical issue that just spontaneously combusted into smokiness, which then, you know, with smoke there's fire. You put one and one together, it makes, you know, a bad outcome, so. But anyway, if I'm delivering pizza and, you know, it's just like a down-to-earth, chill dude or something, or even woman, like, hey, how you doing, you know, what's up? And sometimes it's paid for already, sometimes it's not, but they're just happy to have that food, you know, and just that little bit of just seeing that glow in their eyes, it's like, oh, you know, it's something that's fulfilling somebody. At least you hope so, and that's why, like, even if I don't have an extra cheese pizza that I'm taking out, I mean, extra cheese for sure, keep the box open, grab a couple plates and fan it off. But like, some regular pizza just has a slight bit too much sauce or cheese, and it's soupy, so you know what I mean? And some people, you know, that hurts them, that crushes their hopes and dreams of the perfect pizza dinner, whatever. But it's you know, it's really out of our hands, man. All we could do is what we know works the best and stick to that strategy, you know. If it's too busy, like, to do something like fan off an extra cheese pizza for a few minutes, well then we gotta expect that unwanted outcome. And the main thing here is the stress. I've eliminated it a couple years ago because there's really nothing you can do, you know, when it comes to inevitable outcomes, like, you know, you ain't making the amount of money it takes to live somewhere. Therefore, you have to scramble, and, you know, it makes life just very, very tough, you know. It makes it tough on that person or people, and you can tell because, you know, one year or one moment, somebody's down to earth and laughing, smiling, giggling. And then when something like bills feeds you, you know, and then the COVID, you know, bull crap, it's just, we didn't get the reimbursements, some of us maybe, that we had expected to get. The whole relief BS, it's just, it's terrible, man. You know, we're not animals. We've evolved so smart into such smart creatures with these, you know, lightning quick inventions and unbelievable, you know, studying into the universe, and there's really just, life is just too short, you know. Like, I'm literally making this video. We're at 20 minutes right now, but I'm making this video for someone with the things that I just showed you on the paper before, and possibly very bionic hearing, super bionic. But I mean, hey, if you're like me, you can't see too good, but you can hear amazingly, and really, that probably won't last forever because I jammed the music full blast in my ear any chance I could. You know, I try to respect the curfew code and all that stuff, but you know, there's a lot of times we just gotta know nobody's perfect. You know, not even Jesus himself when he was alive. We're all imperfect. You know, and so when we try to please somebody and do exactly like perfect work, you know, in every department imaginable, just every department in existence, like laundry, sweeping, sorting, organization of whatever, you know, clothes, toys. We have to take it with a grain of salt because there's no reason for anything that's not like a life-changing health issue. If we're healthy, we gotta be grateful for that, you know, because the second we lose our health or we start feeling that negative shift in health, you know, man, does that trigger go off in our head? That survival switch, you know, and it really makes you think, why was I just so freaking angry, and, you know, why was I so worked up, and why, and, you know, why was I just so worked up about what? You can't even remember, could you? That's right. But, I don't know, man, it's been a while. It's been a while. I feel kind of like a sitting duck in the music industry, but there's so much more work in the works. So much more music in the works, you know. So it's on its way. Just a couple new songs I dropped. We got Stronger Now. I've been working on that one for a while. Spiritual connection. You know. I don't want to go into the spirit talk too much, but let's just say, if you had an experience yourself, you know, that's all you need to do is just just hold on to the memory, really, and you know what to expect from there on out. It's a good learning experience, you know, whether it was a hurtful energy or a peaceful one. It's just go about it just accordingly, you know, practically. This far in human evolution, there's so much good and bad. You know, I say good and bad despite wanting to say there's so much evil and just been kind. Mm. But just know, when you know there's an ongoing issue, whether it be at work or in a relationship, anything, just don't, just stand up for yourself, you know? Don't be made the fool in their eyes, because these toxic people out here, man, they use those same practices, and some are very, very experienced at it. They'll have you defending yourself every day in a corner, wondering why we even have to go there in the first place. But a little bit of hope, patience. You know, if you love that person enough, that's the root. That's the root of it's the root ingredient. Mm-hmm. Still there? I mean, should I say, am I still there? I wasn't talking to anybody in my subconscious dream, I swear. my subconscious faded dream. It was on a ladder. But I guess that's enough. Not 27 minutes. If I must go at 27 minutes, at least you know I anointed all use. At least you know it's over. At last. If I must go and die, if I must go at 27 minutes, at least you know I finally quit for the night though. You know, they say that a true musician, a true legendary musician never retires from music. They play music till they die, so I'm hoping that's the way it'll go for me. Well, no, let's not go on the topic of afterlife, because I feel dead already, and somehow I'm still blessed with the gift of life so far. That could all change in any given moment, so I wish everybody out there much luck. Mask up. I mean, really, we should be encouraging double ply mask or whatever. You know, there was a pretty important American figure saying that the scarves worked, maybe potentially better. We never seen him out with a scarf on, of course. But yeah, I mean, you know, if you've been hurt and overcame hurt, it's something that I'm here to talk to anybody about. You know, I'm an uplifter. Just look at everything compassionately and judgment-free. It's the main thing. But yeah, you can reach out to me at thyself@gmail. Anytime, good people. I mean, all 8 of yous that I'll see this within the next couple months before I finally take it off my wall, because it's just useless to to your average person who's coming in and wants to either hear like serious music, like 4 to 5 piece music minimum, or serious debate or something like that. I want to give you guys the full energized me, full thought processed me. I kind of got it and dropped a nickel. I tried to pick it up, but you beat me to it. It's just strange that I'm going to try to freestyle now after I said I'm passing out. Yeah, but that's okay because it gets me all excited. Try to tell my brain that I got this. I'll never be MGK. That's alright. Because I'm my own person and I don't care if it gets one view at all. Notoriety, it's my downfall. But I'll make it. I'll get some fat pay one day and I won't explain it at the moment, but I'll make an investment and I'll get on it. You see, in my blood, everywhere, flowing around just like the ocean waves. Just like my good friend predicted ocean waves turning into tsunami. You can't stop me, like tsunami. Actually, I'm like tornadoes in the Middle East. Midwest. Take me out of America, that's what so many said once Trump got president. Sick of hearing it, 'cause I know you ain't gonna do shit about it. I'm not talking about boyfriend, girlfriend. It's all about trust and respect, too. Between love and patience. It's just a weird phone. I guess that's why I did this, to listen to. I might not even post it. Just to hear myself back and just know that some wicked witch cast a spell on my voice tone. It's all good. I don't need it, right? For anything special. It's just for my music, Pretty much what branches off from those two into those 4 things. It's just so much that, after so long, the mindfulness is there, the placement, and once you get it in that cycle, then you can pride yourself in doing more than just, reproducing. If we're talking about children or music, you learn a couple tricks and then there's no stopping me now. Anyways, I'm looking at myself and I look like a golden retriever. That's how bad my vision is. But I got my other senses overcompensating for it. So. Oh my God, kid. I seriously look freaky, like, I don't even know where I am, cross-eyed, just to verify, it is. I don't hate anything, really. I just like the swipe to get to certain displays on this cry phone. Might as well cry into the river because New York is draining out a lot of our flow. Our current is just half forced, half the force. We're drying up around the edges. Not really. That's literally just me trying to get it before too late here. Because, certain stuff's here, certain stuff's there. I'm still readjusting a little bit, but it's... I'll talk to you soon, I hope. I guess I gotta hit the stop button. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, the sound of silence is deafening, it's something that potentially puts us in a vulnerable spot where it could be it could be shared, That's just something that if we do practice, if we are practicing right now, we have to know it. Cats love Budweiser because Chong's like, give me a beer, dude. And I'm just like, what? When did you pick up drinking? And like 8 months ago, the cat says, this cat, I'm out in the garage, like I said. She'll come spinning up. She's just getting creative, whoever did it. But I liked it, and I complimented her about it because that's something that lifts us up in spirit and gives us that courage to carry on in creation and stuff, It could be the stupidest thing ever. One person on your friends list, or it could be amazing. Low power mode, pun intended. Despite my power being all out, I didn't intend to crash out mid speech, but perhaps it's the little lamp I flicked off over here. But you guys keep the good vibes alive forever. MGK got a song for every situation, so expect that coming out pretty soon. I would assume, but perhaps not. Mm-hmm. Mm.